plus live examples of the WYCKOFF schematics on your Forex chart, like the GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD. So stick to this channel and stay tuned. The PSY gave us the move to the upside, which is now a buying climax. And then this buying climax gave us the move to the downside, which is automatic rally. Do you know how much you would have made? Nothing less than 300 plus figure. So that's cool money if you have this knowledge and understand. Hello my family, welcome back to this channel. And I know talk is cheap, but the love that I have for you all is the reason why I am back here to teach you all for free. And if you're new to this channel or seeing this video for the first time, I am your Forex coach, the mentor of your mentors, the mentor that teach you how to trade the Forex market like a pro. What to say? I mean, actually into profitability. So with that being said, please like, subscribe, and as well comment. If you find anything interesting or confusing, I'll attend to your comment. Okay, so let's just head into the video. Let's go. So last time we talked about the WYCKOFF schematics without no diagrams and no materials. But this time we are going to be learning with full pack materials and power pack diagrams, plus live examples of the WYCKOFF schematics on your Forex chart, like the GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD. So stick to this channel and stay tuned. Let's head into the video. Let's go. What is WYCKOFF? Yeah. WYCKOFF is the name of the originator of the WYCKOFF theory. So now I know some other people will be like, what is schematics? Now, schematics is a representation of something in a simplified diagram or drawing. So the WYCKOFF schematic simply means a simplified insight to the actual direction of the market. A simplified insight to the actual direction of the market. So the WYCKOFF schematics comprises of two schemes, scheme 1 and scheme 2. So the scheme 1, the accumulation ends up with a TSO spring. Y for distribution, it ends up with a UTAD, that's upthrust action after distribution. So I know you may not understand what I mean by TSO spring and UTAD, but don't worry, just stay locked, stay tuned. We are heading to it and you will understand at the end of this video. Thank you. So the scheme 2 of the WYCKOFF schematics, for accumulation, it ends up with LPS. Y for distribution, the same thing, UTAD, UTAD. So the WYCKOFF schematics comprises of 10 factors. 10 factors that you will always need to consider for trading the WYCKOFF theory. So now, first of all, for accumulation, you consider 10 factors. And these factors, 1, you consider PS, which is preliminary support. SC, selling climax to automatic rally. AR, automatic rally to secondary test. ST, secondary test to upthrust, which is UA, upthrust action. And then after the upthrust action, you get to see secondary test as sign of weakness, liquidity to spring, and then spring to sign of strength to back up. So these are the 10 things that you have to consider, 10 factors that you have to consider for trading the WYCKOFF theory on your Forex chart. And these 10 factors are in phases A to E. So right now we are going to be delving into the meaning and operations of these factors, how they function, what are they actually doing for you in the market. So let's go. PS. So for accumulation, PS simply means the first attempt to stop the downward movement, which always fails. SC, that's selling climax. SC simply means sales climax. So AR, automatic rally is the bullish reaction after the selling climax. ST, secondary test. This secondary test is the test of the level of supply, the level of supply. This is all for phase A. Now we move into phase B. We have the upthrust action. Now, the upthrust action is the temporary breakage of resistance. The resistance, that's the level being formed by the automatic rally. ST as SOW, the secondary test as sign of weakness, is the temporary breakage of support, which is the range that has been set by the automatic rally. Then liquidity. Liquidity is as affirmation that the price action sets in for people that don't understand how to trade the Wyckoff schematics or Wyckoff theory, so that there will be some sort of stop losses and all of that just above or just below, and then comes back to clear out all those guys, liquidating them into the market. So that is for liquidity. Now, phase C. Phase C is for test, which could be TSO or LPS. TSO simply means terminal shakeout, while LPS simply means last point of support. So this test is actually to check to see, the commitment of sellers, to see the commitment of, the bears, the sellers, people who are in charge of, selling and all of that. So this is the check that the big guys, the banks and the wheels, the market makers, they actually do, just to confirm if there is any hindrance to the original agenda they have in mind. So if there's any hindrance, then they won't take that trade to the upside, because they will encounter a lot of resistance. So that's why they do those checks. Phase D. So in phase D, we have the SOS, which is sign of strength, and also we have backup, and we have the last point of support. So first of all, SOS, which is sign of strength. The sign of strength is the bullish momentum breaking the range, which was set by the up trust. And then we have BU, which is backup. So the price makes something like a pullback and then kind of like back up. So after that, we have the LPS, which is support, as last point of support. The last point is to ever need a supply or would ever do a supply. So we are done with the accumulation, and now for the distribution. In the distribution, we also consider 10 factors. 10 factors, just like we did considered in the accumulation. So firstly, we consider the PSY. The PSY simply means preliminary resistance, which always fails. Then we consider the BC, buying climbers. Buying climbers just simply means purchasing climbers. Then we see AR, that's automatic rally, the bearish reaction. Then ST, which is secondary test, is just a test of the level of demand. Test of the level of demand. That's the banks and the market makers checking for the strength and the level of buyers, because now they want to actually throw down the market. They want to actually make the market plunge down. We are on the phase A of the distribution. So in the phase B, we have the UT, and also we have the UT and also the MSOW. The MSOW simply means the minus sign of weakness. First of all, we have the UT. The UT is just a temporary breakage of the upside of the whole formation of the schematics displayed on your chart. Then we have the MSOW, the minus sign of weakness, is also kind of a temporary breakage to the downside, forming a little, abrupt move to the downside, which normally fails to. So the MSOW is actually a temporary breakage, which breaks the automatic rally and as well breaks the PSY. Yes, the PSY, and then retracts back into the range. Just a minor sign of weakness. Then in the phase C, we have the UTAD, and this is the big players, the big guys checking for the level and the strength of buyers checking, because like I said the other time in the phase A, in the accumulation, I did told you that the market makers, they just check to see if there will be so much resistance. If there's so much of resistance against their actual agenda, then they won't take it. But if they check and they find out that just a little resistance, then they go on with the plan. Phase D, major sign of weakness. So this formation is actually the market breaking to the downside. That means after the U-turn, we see some kind of a test, and after the test, we see a major sign of weakness, breaking below the automatic rally and as well as breaking below the PSY. So when it breaks below throughout out of the range, we consider that as a major sign of weakness, which is a big sign, a signal for sell operation. Then we have the LPSY, simply the last level of demand for support. So we are done with this phase. Right now, we are going to be moving into the charts to see what we have in the charts. So stay tuned, and as well as follow up, comment if you find anything confusing or interesting. I will attend your comments. Let's just move right away into the charts. So guys, as you can see on the screen, you can see this is GBP USD. Like I said, we are going to be going through live examples on forex chart, GBP USD, Euro USD, and as well as GBP JPY. So here we are, and this is what we're looking at. So inside of this highlighted area is an accumulation. Inside of that highlighted area, the dark blue highlighted area is an accumulation, and an accumulation occurs before a bullish trend. So I'm just going to detail everything that we have learned and be able to make sure that everyone is seeing it and understand perfectly. So let's go. So here we have at this point we have the PS, which is the preliminary support. So this is the preliminary support, and this is the selling climax. This point here is the selling climax, which gave us this move. The preliminary support gave us this move to the upside, while the selling climax gave us this move to the downside. So we have the automatic rally, which is this move, this point. So the automatic rally gave us this move to the upside over here, and then we look into the secondary test. So the secondary test, which is from this point, gave us this move to the down here, testing this selling climax. The automatic rally gave us this move to the downside, which is our secondary test. So after the secondary test, then we have uptrust action. The uptrust action. So the secondary test gave us the move to the upside, giving us the uptrust action. This is the uptrust action. This is the uptrust action. And then we see, well, price just made this little move to the downside just to kind of create a liquidity, like create money in the market, generate money, generate fiat into the market so as to liquidate it before going to the regional direction. I mean, the original agenda of the big guys, the big players. So let's move on. So price just came down here just to, create an equal low, and then we see price go back upward to make the liquidity. Now, do you see the same thing that happened here? Although this one is equal, while this is roughly equal, this to this is roughly equal, not equal, some little bit of inch apart from each other. So price moves up, makes liquidity, kind of like creating money resting above this high and also resting above this high. So what do you think retail traders are going to do? I mean, traders that are not so informed, the less informed traders. I mean, the traders with low experience, low professionalism, and all of that. So those traders, what they do, they will sell at this point, and they will pick up their stop losses above this high and above this high as well, just to be able to trade and make money. But They don't know that this market is not about to go lower. It's not about to, start selling and selling and selling like they think in their mind, but it's about to actually buy. Because of the Wyckoff schematics, the Wyckoff theory, we now have known that this market is actually forming and setting up for a bullish trend. And guess what? That's exactly what it did. It did that just immediately after the formation of this whole bunch of candlesticks here. It rallied up, made a backup, a last point of support, sign of strength, last point of support, sign of strength. Just keep going and going and going. So as you can see, guys, we are actually here. So market made preliminary support, preliminary support, selling climbers, automatic rally to secondary test to uptrust action, which broke this high. That's why it is an uptrust action. It broke this high. It broke the high of the automatic rally, which is an uptrust action. And then we have just a little creation of liquidity. And then we have the main liquidity, because note this, price does not move if there is no liquidity in the market. So what price does is price is drawn to the money, price is drawn to liquidity. Once it creates the liquidity, that is when price will then go to its actual or original direction, an agenda of the big guys, the big players, the market makers. So price is always drawn to the money. So after this liquidity, we see price makes the next, which we call spring, the test. This is a terminal shaker. This is a terminal shaker, which is the TSO. Like I taught us before, this is the TSO, the terminal shakeout. So this terminal shakeout is also a form of test, testing to see the commitment of sellers, just to see how much they are going to sell. If they are going to sell so massively, they won't risk, their capital, they won't risk their funds buying this market, because there will be a lot of encumbrances, a lot of resistance on the way. So therefore, what they do, they just come here, test, and they see, okay, the sellers are not so much, so we are free and ready to buy back this market. So this is actually a test spring. And then after this test spring, what do we see? We see a push, a massive push to the upside, breaking the creek, breaking the creek. Yeah, this is selling climbers automatically. So this point is the creek. Yes, that is the creek. So we see a massive bullish structure to the upside, breaking the creek, and then that's a jack above the creek, JAC, and then price comes back to make a sign of strength, and then price comes back to make a backup. So and price backs up, because it's a sign of strength, last point of support, sign of strength over here, and then last point of support here, just like that, on, and it went on and on and on and on. So guys, this is all for the accumulation, and now we'll move into the distribution. So this pair is actually the GBP USD. So we'll just maybe look for GBP JPY or Euro USD to do the remaining of the live examples and analysis. So let's go. So guys, we are on the Euro USD right now, and we have another structure here, which is for the distribution. And mind you, this theory also work in every time frame. I mean, every time frame in general. So we have the distribution formation of the Wyckoff theory right in front of us here. So, and this is Euro USD. Like I said, we're going to touch on the Euro USD, GBP USD, and GBP JPY. So inside of this box, guys, we have PSY, a preliminary supply, which is this move to this downside, a preliminary supply PSY, and then we have buying climbers. The PSY gave us the move to the upside, which is now a buying climbers, and then this buying climbers gave us the move to the downside, which is automatic rally, and then after the automatic rally, we have the automatic rally gave us the move to the upside again, giving us the secondary test. This is the secondary test. And then after the secondary test, we have a fake out, a little fake out here, and then an up thrust. So the little fake out gave us the up thrust, and then after the up thrust, we make another move for liquidity. So you can see it. This is liquidity right here, looking at us, staring at us in our face. So why it is actually liquidity is because people's stop losses are below here, which is the automatic rally, and also below this point, which is the liquidity itself. So the connection from here to here gives us a liquidity. So let me just show you quickly. So we have increased it now, and what do you see here is stop losses are below here, and the stop losses again below here. So this is the liquidity, and then after the liquidity we have the UTAG. Okay, that's not UTAG. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't break this range. It does, yeah, it doesn't break this high here. So this is the LPS, the scheme two of the Wyckoff schematics, like I told you before. So this is up thrust, last point of supply. This is last point of supply, and this is up thrust, and this is your buying climax. So complete. And then after the LPSY, we have major sign of weakness, which occurred this one actually. So when price broke out of this low here, okay, let me use another type of also. Okay, so guys, when price broke out of this low here, I mean this low, this trough here, you can see if I put it directly from the other side, you see the point. So when price broke out of this range, when price broke out of it, we had a major sign of weakness, and then price went down, came back for a last point of supply, which is LPSY, then LPSY, we kept on going down, going down, going down. So if you had known how to analyze this, if you have known how to, read the Wyckoff theory and understand it, then someone with this knowledge, with this set of edge, or you could call it strategy, me I call it edge, can be able to make money even all the way from this point to the downside. When the market made this move and then went back to make a last point of supply, this point is the last point of supply. I will get in here. I'll get in here with minimum stop loss, and my stop loss will be here. Getting here, my stop loss above the range, and then we go. If it kicks me out and comes back to create a U-tag, then I will re-enter again and join the trend down to this point. If we are to measure this, I think, let me just show you. If we are to measure that, then coming. Okay, let's just assume we sold from this point, the same point, and then let's measure how much we would have made if you had the knowledge and took that trade. Okay, let's just say we take our profit right here. You know how much you would have made. This is 383 pips. You would have been able to make some good money for yourself. Just imagine you're using a one standard lot size. Oh my god, you're making nothing less than 300 plus figure. So that's cool money if you have this knowledge and understanding. So this being said, I think we are going to wrap up because this video is just too long right now. It's just too long. So I didn't plan to make this video so long like this, but just to help to explain, to make sure that everybody learns and everybody understands what the Wyckoff schematics actually is. But thank you so much for joining me to this very time, and do well to comment, ask your questions, whatever be the confusion, whatever you're confused at or interested in, just comment, and as well as tell me what you want to see, tell me what you're confused that you want to know, and I will make a comprehensive video, a comprehensive high-end educational forex video for you to understand more better. So thank you guys for coming this far with me on this video. Thank you, and I love you guys. So see you all in the next video. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like and comment, and see you in the next video.